It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit of a sad Monday. That's okay. We're 2 weeks away from Christmas. We're close to Christmas. That's something to be happy about, even though it's a little bit dark on a Monday. One thing I want to talk about is what are the costs involved whenever you sell a property? I get this question up from time to time because the situation is so different from when you buy a property. And a lot of times, people don't really go into what it actually costs to sell a property. So let's talk about it. What happens when you sell a property? Now, if you go back in time, if you remember whenever you bought your first property, typically the costs are not really they're different. It's a different process when you buy a property. You don't it's not yours. There's no ownership at stake. It's nothing it's not your property yet. So the cost to buy one is going to be a little bit different versus when you sell a property. So when you sell a property, let's go over some of the quick things that you have to consider whenever you go through that. The first one is one that a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people forget, which are property taxes. People don't realize when they sell a property that they have to pay back their taxes. This is something easy to slip your mind, something easy to forget because it's not really involved. It's not really something that is involved in the process of actually getting your home sold. So people are kind of shocked about this. They think, they don't really realize what's going on because you pay it, you pay it with your mortgage, you pay it within your monthly mortgage payment, and they don't consider paying it back. When you do have to sell your house, here in Illinois at least, it's different in other states, but here in Illinois, the way property taxes work is if you're living in your house, right now it's 2022, right? You're paying taxes for 2021, the year beforehand. So anytime you sell your property, let's say today's December 12th, let's say you sold your property in December, you would have to pay back taxes all the way from January of last year to basically November and then however many days in December. So you're paying 11 months of property taxes back at closing. You're not paying it monthly. You normally, when you make a mortgage payment, you pay your monthly taxes there. This is one big tax payment at the end of the year that you're giving to the buyers who buy your property. And it's going to be a big tax bill, at least over here in Illinois. So that's one really big property cost that people don't realize they have to pay back, property taxes. Other costs are realtor fees. And whenever you sell a house, you want to have somebody negotiate for you, get the right marketing team, make sure the process to sell your home, get showings, get qualified buyers, negotiate your offers for you, making sure your house is being marketed the right way. You want to make sure you have a professional doing that and doing it the right way so you get the best offer with the best terms and the best price when you sell your house. Other costs include title insurance. Some people don't realize that the sellers have to pay for title insurance. Basically, what that means is whenever you're selling a property, you're telling the buyer of that property there's nothing wrong with the property, there's no liens, which basically means nobody is you don't owe money to a contractor, you don't owe money to the state, to anybody. Nobody has a lien on your house because if somebody has a lien, that basically means you owe them money. And the buyer, when they're buying your property, they want to make sure it's free and clear. There's no issues. They're buying what they're supposed to get, and so that's why you get title insurance to make sure there's no issues, that everything is good to go, and and the buyer's not gonna have any title problems with who owns the house later on. Basically it's their house. It's their house at the end of the day. You're also going to need to pay for a survey. So what a survey is, usually somebody's going to come by your house and do a survey of the house, and basically it's going to tell you the plot lines. It's going to tell you this is exactly how much land you own. It's going to say the dimensions of your plot, the dimensions of your house, dimensions of basically everything on your property, the driveway. They're going to give you an exact drawing of this is how much land you are going to be buying specifically. You need to know exactly how much land exactly you're buying because especially when neighbor disputes, let's say they want to build a fence, you want to make sure you know exactly where it starts and where it ends, so there's no issues, there's no disputes. This is my property right here. There's no complaints. There's no negotiating there. You're also going to need to pay attorney fees. Every time there's a real estate transaction, you're going to need to use an attorney to make sure you do everything legally, right, correctly. There's no hiccups, and you do it smoothly. You absolutely use an attorney, at least here in Illinois. Other states, it's different. Here in Illinois, there's an attorney used to sell your property. The last few ones are village inspection fees. Now, this doesn't apply to every town. There are some towns where you need to have an inspection done before you sell your house. The village is going to come in, they're going to do a sweep of your house, do a quick inspection, see what's right, see what's wrong, and they're going to tell you exactly what you need to fix or what the buyer needs to fix before you sell your house. Again, some villages don't do this, some do, and they're more than likely going to make you pay a fee to get that done since they're going to need somebody to come out, take a look at it. I know what you're saying. I have somebody, they're going to tell me what's wrong with my house and I'm going to have to pay them for it. Yes, you unfortunately are going to have to do that in some towns, not every town. And one other fee that people don't realize are village transfer stamps. Basically, what this means is whenever you sell a property within a specific village, they're going to basically charge you a certain fee for it. Because they, you know what, whenever you sell a property, they have to record it, they have to do some paperwork, and they, it's in their village. They're going to want some fee on top of that to see how much to charge for their services, basically for the documentation, get everything done, and to transfer the house into somebody else's name in the public records. That's basically it, right? They're gonna ask for that. It's another fee. I get it, but that's the cost involved whenever you sell a house, at least here in the Chicagoland area. So those are some of the things. Keep in mind. I'll go over it real quickly. Again, property taxes, realtor fees, title insurance, property survey, attorney fees, and some village inspection and transfer stamp fees as well. So that's kind of a quick list. There are probably some, that's basically the majority of it. If there's other things, it depends on the situation and what you're doing and kind of what your specific situation, what your property is like. So if you have any questions on exactly any of these things, you're wondering more about in depth what these would be, what are some examples, shoot me a message, send me a quick message, and I'll be happy to answer anything. And if you have any other questions that you want me to answer on next week's call, as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, let me know and I'll be more than happy to answer anything that we got for you. Otherwise, have an awesome Monday. Enjoy it. I think we have 3 full weeks left of 2022. Take it in, cherish it, enjoy the day, enjoy your life. Hope you have a great Monday, and I'll see you next time.